But he's doing on the phone, sure.
Okay, let's
We will join on the phone. End this one. Yeah.
now. Let's start YouTube again. Okay, hold on. Dismiss this. There should be a live now that is showing.
Yeah, this one.
This is live now that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should be able to invite guest here. Yeah, it's here now. Manage guest. Copy. Have you sent it to her?
I sent it to her.
Okay, hold on.
But the thing is, you need to help me call Chika on your phone. I can't call her.
Just hold on.
If I go away from this stream, he's going to.
There should be a way to transfer your stream to this place now.
Hi, how are you doing? So it's one of the glitch that I didn't prepare for, but I think I'm fine now. I'll just use my phone. Please let me call Chika.
Okay.
Yeah, just call Chika on your phone.
Well, have you sent out?
Yeah, I sent the link to her. So YouTube doesn't want us to use our laptop, so we are going to use the phone. Auntie Ruth from Borno State, Nigeria, welcome. Thank you for joining. House of Mapu, my one and only fan. Thank you for joining. So I'll just use my phone and use my laptop to do every other thing. So while we're waiting for her, I'm going to go back to some of the questions that was asked on my last video. Like my last video got a lot of questions. That's why I want to do it here now. And one of the questions, we'll go straight to what the questions for the last video. Someone is saying, like I said before, hey, my daddy is here too. Please call Chika for me. Yeah. So Chika wants to just tell us everything about schooling in Canada. And you know, a lot of people now like, okay, if PR is not doing, at least let us come through Canada. And like I used to say, always now way, just come to Canada, you sort yourself. So she came through school and then she just graduated last June, this year June, and then she came 2021 December. And so I want her to tell us everything about the school. Like can we do school and pay our school fees by ourselves? You know, all those questions that we used to ask ourselves. And what was our experience when she was filling the form? Because I know she had one rejection and then she filled the form again and then they gave her the visa. So I want her to tell us what was the error. What did she do wrongly? Like, what was the first error that she had before they refused her, and what was the thing? What did she correct? And then I want her to tell us, was life boring in Canada? Like,
I don't know why it's not working. I'm trying to look at it.
The link I sent her is not working.
Just a moment.
Because it's saying waiting for guests.
Yeah. Just keep talking. I'll fix it.
So, like, was life boring in Canada? Is schooling easy as a Niger that we are? Like, you know, like I said, when I was doing my master's, I only went to class, like, I can count the number of times I went to class. So let her tell us, like, schooling here too, is it like that? Can we, if we miss class, can we still cope? Like, is schooling and not going to class like hustling? And for single mom, can they come, not single mom, but if you come without coming with your spouse, can you, and you, like, some people will just come with the children and the children is not school age, can they cope? How can they strive in Canada? So that's all the questions I want her to come and ask. And from my previous video, I had a lot of questions that I'm going to start with. Someone said, "Oh, Oluwakemi, I got 6 in my IELTS." Like I said, getting 6 as the overall band is not the final thing. You need each of the writing, listening, speaking, reading to be 6 before you can enter the pool. Someone said that, oh, the modem that he talked about, like I put a link of the modem. It's a rural area here in Manitoba. All they do is sponsor people, a family. So you don't need anyone to be your family member. The community is going to sponsor you by themselves. But per year, all they can do is 50. So, and I don't know the criteria that they use, but I know some. They want teacher, they want teaching, they want nursing assistants, and they want maybe cook like chef. If you can prove that you are a chef, they will pick you, and the whole of your family member. That's what they pick. So while we are still waiting, let me check on our guest. I don't know why she's not joining. Everybody is welcoming you.
Hi guys.
So see our beautiful guest today,
Mm.
our latest graduates.
Oh, it's a long time ago.
So welcome, Chika. How is everything? How are you doing?
I'm good. I think I have to hold it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look for that thing on laptop. I don't know why they did not make it work on laptop. Okay, someone they're asking a lot of questions already, but I will just hold on to catch up with you first. So, do you want to introduce yourself to us?
Okay. Yeah, this works.
Yeah. So
So
this
hi
is our
guys.
beautiful Omalicha. Let me introduce her small. Our Igbo girl that got married to our Yoruba, the Yoruba angel. So welcome. So this is Chika. Her name is Mrs. Chika
Still
Adefara.
Alice. Still Alice. I said my
We
name.
don't buy you. Okay, so how are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Nice to see you again, Kemke.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how is
Sorry
how is
guys. Sorry I
Canada?
joined late. I had some connectivity issues, so
Mhm.
nice to have all of you here today.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
chat.
So you want to give us a brief history how you got into the schooling system of Canada? I know at some point you got a visa refusal for study, and then you eventually got it. I
Mm-hmm.
know when people have like a failure like that, they tend not to try it again. So we want you to tell us what motivated you, like everything, and what you did differently for them to be able to grant you the visa.
Okay. So we start from the visa application. The first time was in 2015. 2015, yes. That was um,
You know they try Canada, no be today. Oh.
long time for anyone. I, maybe very few people. So I was almost finishing my undergraduate in 2013, 2014 because I was 7 in 2014. So it was some kind of arrangement between my dad and some other people to get me a school in Canada. And then I really haven't even heard about Canada. Okay, I have one of the neighbors that were schooling in Canada through kind of undergraduate college left when they were 18. So that's the only thing, only idea I had about Canada. So, and my dad was like, okay, we need to get you do your Canada. Because of this, I wasn't YSC, so I had to apply for it, but I didn't do the application myself. It was through a help family, extended family, did the whole thing. I went to Lagos. I did my biometrics in May, and I got my refuser in August. The first refuser, I was heartbroken, so I left it. I didn't do anything. I just kept trying. In 2017 again, I tried America. 2020 during the lockdown when was the rave of oh, I want to leave, want to leave. I'll do it myself. I plan at webinar, some research that you definitely have to do. Take action, like look forward to what you are looking for. First, do your research on schools. You look for the schools that are cool, the provinces that you can live in without calling the whole of the family to contribute for you.
Very important.
Very important. You have to look at the accommodation. Like I'll tell you for true, Ontario, BC, they are very expensive to live in.
Yeah.
You want to go there, have a very good backing, maybe family wise or whatever. But I'm in Ontario, so to say, very expensive. School fees is expensive, housing is expensive, every time. But if you go to some other provinces, you will get colleges and it's better there. First, you have to look for all those schools, which budget, the range of your budget, what you can afford. There's 2 year school. That's if it's a master's and a college program. So you have to look at all that, get your information right, then put in your application. First of all, you have to look at the requirements. Most schools will look at people that have two one. That's first class upper, second class upper.
Yeah, to one.
But some other schools, like these days, I see school third class, maybe college and second class lower. So it's up to you. You look at those schools, whatever you graduate from, undergraduate, you have to do that. So once you put in your application, it takes about 8 at most to get your decision. And in the process of waiting for your decision to come back, most likely is always they're offering admission. You
Yeah.
have to start gathering your documents for your visa, your study visa.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until you get your letter of admission. You just need to start getting your documents. If you have family that is supporting you, get their landed property, proof of relationships. You have to get if it's your husband sponsoring, you have to get your marriage certificate, every necessary information, because you're not having an interview, you're not defending your,
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
asking you question. It's better. Most of the applications I've done for myself and my family, I even do the ones they've not. My letter of explanation is almost 3 to 4 pages, because you have
Wow.
to in everything. You have to write your story. That's why most agents make people get refusal, because they use the same story for everybody. They just change the names. So your
That's why I preach against using agents. Of
yeah,
course, the agent is just trying to make money for himself too. So you don't expect him to be writing different thing for, and he has like hundred of people that wants him to do application for them. So he
no,
doesn't have
but
the time.
there are some licensed agents that can really do it well for you, but you have
But
to pay a
can
lot.
we afford them?
Yes, you can pay a lot of money. Like for study permits, pay about 1,500 Canadian dollars
Hmm,
just for one
yeah.
work permit, like a dependent, 1,700, 500. When you check everything, it's almost $4,000 for a family of four, family of two. Can you afford that? It's just for you to go online. This thing is DIY. You can do it yourself. You
Hmm.
don't need somebody to show. You just need information. You just need to have the zeal, the passion. Look forward to do your application. I've talked about the letter of admission, your application for your admission. Then
Hmm.
the next thing you have to do is gather your documents for your study visa. When you get all your documents, you go to your GIC. I'm sure you have all that in
We
your.
can't see you again, but we can hear you.
I don't know what happened.
What, did a call come in? Like a call?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's why. Just go out and come in again. Yeah, those are the things that YouTube should fix. Yeah, we are sorry. That's the problem of using the phone for live. When a call comes in, it's going to take you out and So as you can hear, like that is what she's saying also. Using agents is not the best for application, especially when it's Canada. Because those agents use like one letter of explanation for like all the 10 people they have with them. And so when someone that is reviewing your application sees that what A is writing is almost same with B is writing, then it starts like a problem that you don't want to face. So that's why you need to do everything by yourself. And Mr. David, thank you. We finally got that. You can't do um live on a mobile phone. On a laptop. You can only do it on mobile phone. Yeah, so welcome back.
Okay, sorry guys. I just had a call. So as I was saying, I said you have to do your research, then apply for your visa. Get the right documents, do your explanation yourself. Everybody's story is different. My story is different.
Yeah, can I want to ask a question? Like putting the documents together, can we use landed property, like not solid liquid, like property, like using maybe a house in form of proof of fund?
But you still need to have your liquid cash. Like you need to have your liquid cash. Like
Oh, so you can only use them if the money you have on you is not like complete for living expenses. Like,
yeah, if you have like year's school fees in your account, like let's say your school fees is $10,000 and you have like 5 to 6 or 7 million in your account to
mm-hmm,
pay your 1 year school fees and maybe your living expenses,
mm-hmm.
you can use the other landed property and say that that can be up for sale for your other year tuition.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, not like using it for just using that landed property alone,
No, you
but
can't.
without
I
using
don't,
any
it's not,
other.
you need to show cash in your. To me, I don't think it's advisable. It's not. You need to show proof of funds like liquid cash in the bank, like accessible cash. There's some accounts you use that are being locked. They see all that. Maybe money that was being pushed to an account, like a huge sum of amount, and the account is locked. They will tell you it's not accessible. That's what your GCMS note will tell you, that it's not accessible.
Yeah,
See all that. So it's good to have money in your personal account when you're doing all this planning ahead of time. You get money, even if your family is sponsoring you, they should have to move the money to your account. And any lump sum of money, like from let's say 4 million, 3 million, should be explained. Oh, my mom gave me a gift. There should be like a gift, a deed of gift, a gift of deed, something like
yeah,
that.
it's dead.
Yeah, so you said that this person gifted me so and so amount in pursuit of my study or my academic career. You understand?
Mm.
So that's what you could do. Do your once you put in your application, you have to go to Abuja or Lagos, do your biometrics, and sometimes it's good to do upfront medicals as for students. Do
Yeah,
don't wait for them to call you. These days, application takes about 7 to 8 weeks, so it's not like when I did my own back then. I was 3 months exactly. So
yeah. Cause I have a sister that did it around June, and she came to Canada on Monday. On Saturday, she texted me, "Oh, sis, I'm in Canada already." So
yeah,
that means it's just like 6 to 8 weeks now. So you
yes,
need to put all those. You need to put everything together. Because I advised her to do all those things before
oh,
submitting, and then she did everything, and
yeah,
it took less than 8 weeks for
yeah,
them to get back to her. Yeah.
yeah. Even
Then
refusal, if you have a refusal and you do an application again, it takes less than, let's say, 10 to 12 days, and you get another a good.
yeah, like the case of that our friend that redid it after
Yeah,
the refusal. In 10 days, they gave her the
yeah,
admission. Yeah,
yes,
they gave him the visa rather.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So let's ask about living in Canada as a student. How was it? Like most times we come here and say, "Oh, don't worry, the rest of our payments we will sort it." Like,
Mm.
can you work? Like, I know that you have 20 hours alone. Can you? Were you? How did you do your own? Were you able to work on those 20 hours and pay those school fees? Because I know before got you got married, yeah, and all like.
My case is special. My case is different. I also pay my school fees with wherever I was working with. So the school fees was just there. So whenever it was time to pay, the school fees was just being paid. So it wasn't like my money I was using to pay my school fees or
But those 20 hours, if you sum them up,
it doesn't. It doesn't because out of the 20 hours, if you have like school rent to pay, let's say your rent's about 800 or 1,000, you still have to buy groceries. You can't. You can't. You can't. Maybe let's say you save like 35% or 40%. Well, you can't save up to 50% out of that money unless you want to starve yourself and you want to go and squat with somebody or you live in a free house. Then you can save up some kind of amount. Maybe you live with a family or something, or you have family here that you're staying and you're not paying any bills, no rent, nothing, you're not buying anything new. You can at least save a little bit. And here there are installment payments. So you can pay as you have money. Where like my school, what they do is that you don't get to when you don't pay complete, they close the system, the portal, and you can't get your transcript. You
hmm,
can't get and you can't even see your result when your result comes out. So they restrict you if you don't pay your complete school fees. And sometimes there's an interest. 1 week, small
yeah,
money.
that's Canada for you.
That
If you don't pay their money on time, they
yeah.
start receiving interest for
Yeah.
all the. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, so then what's your advice for single parent? Not like they are single, but probably they got into Canada and they didn't come with a spouse. They came for study with the children, maybe 5 years less than. Or what's your advice? I know you've seen people with.
It's not easy. It's difficult. If you're coming alone, I don't advise that because you cannot be here suffering and somebody is in Nigeria chilling. You people should come together, apply together. They give family of five, family of four, family of six. I don't know why people. I have a friend. She did her application earlier. Two of her kids are American citizens, so she just did her application. But while she was in Nigeria, when she got when she got her visa to travel, she applied. She put an application for her husband. So before she was even here, like when she came in here, like a week or two, her husband got his own, and she was like, "Oh no, you just have to come. Like even if it's to come and visit and stay for like 2 weeks, just help me out and thereabouts." But another thing is life with kids in Canada. You don't have help if God bless you, you have good friends that can help you drop off your kids in school. But if you have any child below 4 or 5, it's difficult. You have to pay for daycare. You just have to do a lot of things by yourself. You really need your husband, your partner, whoever it is. You really need to have the father of your child here with you to help with some things.
Then another question that I want to ask is, the can we miss class? Like, I know when I was doing my masters, like now, I don't used to go to class
That's
like
Nigeria
like
for
that, like that.
you here. They don't take attendance. My school didn't take attendance, so to say, but after every class there's a quiz, there is a test, there is something like you're doing. If you're not in class, you've missed that mark. So that's how the marks are being accumulated. So if you're
No,
not
but in Nigeria, even if if they do those tests, it's not like they really want you. They
no,
want to use it for you in your
yeah, they
in
use
your exam or in your something. They just want you to come to class. So that's why they say, "Oh, a lecturer did quiz after his class." So those ones they do for you in Canada school. Is it real? Like
yeah.
they use those points?
Yes, you are seeing it there. There's a portal where you see your score. Immediately they send it. They even send us email. Go and check your score. So you can even dispute your score if it's something that you know that you did very well. Maybe a presentation and you know you did very well. And you got a lower score. I've had a meeting like this with my professor, telling him I did well. I did better in my presentation than the mark he gave me, and he gave me an opportunity to defend my what I did. I did again, and he gave me a better mark. So it's something that they score you immediately
Mm.
as you're doing it, they're putting the thing in the system the next day and they're sending an email for you to go and check your score. Your score is out. So it's not like Nigeria where you sit back and say, oh, because he just called me. No, your score counts. And it's not easy here. I think it's 90 to have an A, your 70 and your 60 something is also like it's classified as a fail, like a B minus. They might even warn you if you fail again, you might drop or something like that. So
Really?
yes. I know someone in BC that had 2 B minus. They sent him an email that he doesn't need a B minus again.
Oh. That means schooling is not like
It's not as
what
easy
we.
as people think. It's not as easy as people think. The schooling is not as easy as people think. It depends on the course you're doing. I don't know, but it's not as easy as people think. That's why initially Canada was picking out smart students. Let's say 2-1 and first class, because they know the system will crush some people down. Like the other people that really didn't study, or they are not trained to study as much as the 2-1 and the 2-2, the way they study. So that's why they try to separate them. But now they've made it open that people with other
So I have to be aiming for A for every of the exam that I do in
and
Canada.
an A minus. So there's an A plus, there's an A, there's an A minus.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Oh. Hey guys, are you hearing all these their terms and conditions?
So you
So
have
let's
A,
have all your questions. Okay, someone let's answer this question. Someone is saying that presently Canada is facing huge inflation from the news we've been hearing. How do international students cope too, especially the newbies?
it's crazy. Before I came on live now, I saw a long queue of students in food basic. They're trying to get a job.
Hmm.
Basic. So students are doing a lot of things to make money. Students are trying to survive, as in, and some students are going to food banks to get food. Like my school, we have a food bank, I think twice a month. You can come and get some food, a lot of things, something that you can manage for a while. So most students depend on that. At least they'll just buy few. Like we Nigerians, we can just buy our rice, the other things we cannot get. Yeah, so you can manage like that. The inflation is real. It's real. If you don't have a real job, if you don't have a full-time job, even people that have full-time jobs are complaining. So you can imagine a student with few hours. But I think they made them to start doing full-time now, 40 hours,
Yeah. The 40 hours is just for if you're doing it inside the school.
full-time in November 15th.
Hmm.
I started working full-time in November 15th, and I work full-time during the summer.
Yeah, because that's holiday.
Yeah. I work full time during the summer. I had classes during the summer. I did full time during the summer, and I think it was a month or two. Then I switched to part time. Then November 15th, I resumed full time, and it didn't disturb me when I applied for my postgraduate work permit,
Hmm.
because some people said they were going to look at your this, look at that, but I got mine.
Hmm. Okay, so let's do the baby girl that you are. Like you know, a lot of social media thing. What we ordered and what we got. Like life there is it boring? Like
It is.
for a single person now, like without family, for
It's
you.
boring. It's really boring. Even with family, it's boring because you just see the same people every day. Sometimes you're even tired of quarreling with them or having a conversation with them. You just need to go out. If you grow up or if you have your adult active life in places like Lagos, Port Harcourt, where you go out most weekends and all that, here is going to be crazy for you because if you don't have friends, if you're not an introvert, you like where people are gathered and all that. But there are people like that. You still meet those kind of people if you're lucky to meet them. You guys can always hang out, find where to go, the beach during the summer or house parties. So people do that. A lot of people do that. Like if you have a school where you have an association of African students, Nigerian students, you can have activities. Somebody will just pick up, create a WhatsApp group. It's fun. It differs for people, Sha. It depends on the location you are in and the vibes of the people you meet. But it's boring. It's boring. Generally, it's boring.
So what advice do you want to give people at home? You know, right now the point for PR is really high. Like I know it now takes a very long wait of waiting for them to call you. And because of age, most of us in Nigeria we are like out of age for that PR already. Except we now see miracles of PMP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if the options that people are now taking is the schooling. So, what advice do you want to give to people for schooling? I know people will now say that age is not on my side. 40. Have you seen an elderly person like what do you think age from your experience like?
Yeah, age can be a factor, but with the age thing, first of all, if you don't want to do the PMP and wait a long time, but it's advisable to wait because as you're waiting, you can try to save some money from Nigeria and all that. But at the same time, if you just want to come immediately and age is not on your side, you can come. But it's not going to be easy. First of all, just prepare your mind for whatever you see. It's not just going to be rosy. So you can be a manager at the bank, then you come here, you're doing something very menial. You're surviving on what you have. Rent is every month. It's not 1 year and you go and sleep. Every
Yeah.
month, sit up. There are bills to pay. There's hydro. There's Enbridge. There's all this. There's phone bills. So as the money is coming, it's going. So it's crazy. If you come with your family, it's good. Your spouse can work. Your kids will go to school for free. It's advisable. It's good environment. Healthcare. If you have your school coverage, it's free. You can go to the hospital.
So for health too, it's only if you have school coverage. Because I know in Manitoba, anywhere you go to, the first question they ask you is, do you have your health card? So I know if you don't like work for an insurance company that can give you health, that means you might not be able to access free. Because I know if student wants to give birth, it's still like 15,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollar for them to give birth. So is it like that too?
No, here, like when I was a student, I had a coverage, healthcare coverage. My school gave us some kind of card to use whenever we're
Or
going.
you pay for it with your school, like it's part of the school fees?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. So they gave it to us, but when I was done with school, I was already working. So my company gave me one which I was covered with, and I was eligible to get the Ontario health card as well.
oh, that was after schooling.
That was after schooling.
Oh, so I guess that's why the cover doesn't do for pregnancy. That's why students still pay out of pocket to give birth because they don't have the health card, really, really.
Yeah.
There's a question here too that says, can study visa be easily converted to residence after study, especially when you come with whole family member, or what happened after graduation?
Okay. So after graduation, like after you get your letter of completion, you need
Mm.
to apply immediately for your postgraduate work permit. In the process of applying for your postgraduate work permit, you can take your IELTS if you don't have your IELTS or it's expired. Then
Wait, hold on. So the fact that I studied in Canada, if I want to convert it to
that
PR,
doesn't qualify
I'll
you.
still have to write IELTS.
Yes, yes, you still have to write IELTS. It's crazy. I don't know why they do that, but I think recently I saw somewhere that you can use your IELTS academic for
That
PR.
means you still have something like IELTS to enter into the pool of PR.
Yes,
So people, can you see, even the IELTS they are trying to run away from,
you
you
still
still write it.
have to write.
And does it have to be like points now? I know if you are a citizen, even my husband that did not write IELTS, he will still write. But I think at that point they don't do like a point base, like you must be six and above and all and all
Yeah, yeah. You must, yes, you must have some point. I think 7.0 or 7.5.
for you to still enter the pool as a student.
Yes, you can do the master stream. You can do if you do a masters, you can do the master stream. But if you do a postgraduate, you have to go through the EE.
No, take that again.
There's a master stream. It's a non-EE program. If you
Okay,
have a degree in Canada, you
okay,
that's route. But if you don't have a master's, like people that do postgraduate in colleges,
okay, like diploma courses.
yes. So you
Oh,
do the express entry.
oh, so at that point you need all of those um requirements like IELTS, like your WES again. Oh,
Yeah. No, no, no. As a student in Canada, you don't need WES. If you study in Canada, you don't need WES. Your degree is
what about entering the pool? Do you need WES to enter the pool?
no. You studied in Canada. WES is like a body trying to match your foreign certificate with Canadian certificate and see your score. But if you're already school in Canada, there's no WES. They don't need to match your what transcript says with some other country.
Okay, okay, I get it now. So let's finish up the question that he asked. He said, converting to resident as student, especially when you come with the whole family. So is it the process like diploma course you go through IELTS? Then if it's masters, you have to go through the master stream.
Yeah, it's like an OIMP, but it's for master stream. First of all, you have to put an express of interest, expression of interest. Then they'll select you, you apply, they'll give you a nomination certificate, then you apply. It's a separate route altogether.
Oh. So you still have to still enter the pool, whichever way.
Yes, yes.
So if you come with a whole family, you still have to go back and do your PR process. Just like you now have different options for
Yeah.
stars and all you, but you still do all the process all over again. Wow.
Because you're so you still have to follow the whole process. Whether the difference is that you're inside Canada, you're not outside of Canada. That's just the difference. And
Is
you
it possible to be sent back?
if you
Like, have you seen any situation where someone spent a whole lot of money for study and probably didn't meet up all of this
you don't if you work full time when they say work part time, it can affect them issuing your postgraduate. And when you're being denied your postgraduate, you have to leave Canada.
wow.
So you have to be careful to quote unquote. If you look at your study permit down there, they'll tell you do not do such work. Like there's one they wrote there that people should not engage in prostitution or something like that. The first day I saw that and I laughed. I'm like, he's coming to study and do prostitution in Canada. So they'll tell you with I think Act something 198F. That means you shouldn't work full time as a student. You don't need to work full time, but some people have work integrated, like essential work integrated courses, which they give you study and work permits when you're entering inside, like CBSA give you at the port of entry. So those people are eligible to work full time. They don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Do we have a lot of scholarship for students? Let's go to scholarship. Have you seen any scholarship route? Because I know USA, US has lot of scholarship. I know UK doesn't have a lot too, but US, like if you want to go for study, do we have scholarship for students in Canada? Like anyone that you've seen that people can explain?
I've heard, but I have not seen a Nigerian get a scholarship. To my knowledge, I just hear. I just hear of, oh, there's this scholarship. What I see is just on Instagram. I've not seen like someone that tell me, oh, I'm paying through a scholarship. Maybe the Indians, I don't know. But we Africans, like Nigerians, people I know one on one, I don't know. Everybody pay their school fees. Pay their school fees.
So guys, what's your question? Let's ask our fresh our
I'm done.
yeah. You're done. Then another thing that I would like to ask you is studying in Canada, does it give you an upper edge in looking for job after schooling? Like does it give you stuff, does it give you like a position, like if you know in Nigeria, if you have a master's or you schooled internationally and you come back to Nigeria, you know those first thing they used to give you, like, oh, you are so special. Do they give to people that schooled here too? Like if me as a Nigerian coming as a PR and someone that studied in Canada, if we are looking to get a same position, do we have do they take him or her over me? Do you understand the question?
Yeah, like if you have a degree from Canada and
Mm-hmm,
some foreign degree from some other country,
mm-hmm,
would they take the person? I don't think so. I have a master's. My boss has a postgraduate.
mm.
Yes. So it's not like because you have a master's, we're going to put it there. I think they deal on skills. What is your skill? How many years of experience do you have in that skill? The experience you have gotten so far. What reputable company have you worked with? Do you understand? Who have worked under you, who can reference that you did a good job. That's what I feel with the few applications I've made, few interviews I've done. Nobody cares about what you study or what was your previous position or whatever. No. Can you do the job? Can you do it well? That's what they really care about. So schooling here and having a higher degree, even up to PhD, nobody cares. You can have all the degrees, but you don't have a skill. You can't even navigate yourself around, navigate around an Excel sheet.
Yeah, I have that same experience too. Unlike Nigeria, you can't enter any organization without having a certificate. But
It's
over here, it's not like that.
yeah,
They just want you to. Most of the people here, they don't go to serious school like we go to here, like back at home. But if you have the experience, they will take you. Like they don't need, so they need skill. They don't need your certificates. That's why I keep telling people, learn the skill. Be good at whatever thing you do. If you are into IT, learn that IT. Like learn it. Like if they wake you up, you can do it.
yeah.
I'm not.
Just need
I'm
to at the tips.
saying I'm a software developer because they have a certificate. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
They want skill. They don't want the certificate you're carrying. Because there's a question here too. How can a truck driver with secondary school certificate be in the express entry pool? Actually, there's there's um there's a stream of trade. Like if you don't have uh like master's degree or something, they did that trade one recently, maybe like last month, and they invited some people. But it's one time, like once in a year, and they did like 300 and something. So even with secondary school certificate, can you still get that high? Because even people with masters are getting 384 in their pool. So with just certificates of secondary school, I know there's a stream like that, but I'm not sure it can really give us what you wanted. But I know you can enter the pool with just certificates and with that skill. That this skill actually sells a lot in Canada. This truck driver, people with certificates, even in Canada, they are leaving their certificates to go and learn truck driving. I have a friend here that he left everything. The training, you have to do the training here. It's just like 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Between 6 and 8 weeks, you will learn the truck driving and you have to pass. If you pass, yeah, in money here. But
Wow.
I know, yeah, truck driving is a lot, especially in Manitoba here. It's a lot of money. But I'm not sure to come, you still have to do all our process like PR thing
Hmm.
to enter the pool. But I know truck driving is a lot of money. And this is what agents will now use to deceive people and say, come as visitor. For you to come as visitor, I'm not sure they can hire you or take you into the school without without a status. You can't use status of visiting to learn this truck driving.
If this
Because
is status now,
but that's what agents are selling to people right now. So it's so unfortunate.
learn to do the job, like they research themselves and stop believing. Like I don't know why if you are really educated and you want to come to Canada, unless you are not educated, and if you're not educated, you don't have any business with Canada because I don't know how you're going to survive because you can't even hear them when they speak. So how do you want to survive? Yeah. So most times you just need to really do the research. Even if you're using an agent, know what you are doing. Let the documents go through you before maybe you don't have time. You are busy. You travel a lot and you're not around. Your family is busy and all that. Let everything go through you. The document go through you. Whatever they wrote, whatever the story, you look at it. I understand that some people are very lazy and they don't want to write. They hate writing and they hate all those things. But you need to read it. You need to understand.
Yeah,
You need to have at least prior knowledge. Know what you are doing. Because if an agent do for you and you get to CBS and they ask you a question and you're talking Z, but your application, because once they call you, everything pops up and you are talking else, they will send you back. After you have gone to give testimony in church that you're going to Canada, they will send you back home.
yeah.
Yeah.
And all these places, they share information. Like is not, you can't use, you like the way we put information in maybe GTB and you go to Access Bank and you change that information or not. It's not like that over here. Just one place that you put your information. Once they pull it like this, every other of your
All your
information.
is your sin now. Or even
Yes,
once they
yes.
once
So
they drop
it's
your
not.
they can
Someone is saying that if it's a short course, you can study on. Are you asking, is there a short course you can study on visiting visa? If you enter Canada as a visitor and you want to change that status for students, you have to go outside first of all, and you come in again and tell the
Because
CBSA.
reach out, we are not licensed immigration consultants, so to say. You
Yeah,
or license, we're just giving advice on experiences because I was a student and she has done PR before. So we're just giving like DIY, we're just giving information which we researched on and which we did. If you want to know more about those visiting, whatever, you could go through a licensed immigration consultant. But
licensed one, and most of
license,
them you see them here in Canada, and to take them is not cheap, it's expensive,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
So don't all those our agents in Nigeria are not licensed, because Canada even recognize licensed people. They will tell you, are you using a licensed um immigration lawyer or something? And once you say yes, they will say put the ID here. They give all of them an ID, and then anything they do for you, they will even hold them responsible if something goes wrong along the line with your application. So please, you can't come in as visitor and change it. You have to go back. Even if you are in here and you now got LMIA for work permit, you have to go back and do flag polling. Like, read about flag polling. You have to go back first, like go outside of the border and come inside and say that, okay, my status has changed from visiting, and I want to now study. So they will now check all the details again. So okay, you can come in as a student now, or maybe as a worker, you can come in now as a worker. So please, you can don't let them deceive you. They can't change, you can't change anything. If you come as visitor, you have to spend that visiting and go back first.
Maximum you can stay as a visitor is six
It's
months. So
6 months. Okay, so someone is saying that, please, which course do you think is advisable? What's the selling course in Canada?
I don't know. It depends on the province you're going to. Every province have what the kind of company that people like. I think Ontario is into IT.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ontario is into IT. So I heard Alberta was into oil, but not again. So you just need to look for provinces that match what you are doing. Not because you are coming here. A lot of people when they want to come here, they want to switch to something else, maybe do some short courses here and there, and you need to have an experience to apply for job. So if you're doing a short course, what experience do you have? You just have this.
Then what I know about jobs demand here is, most of what we have here is a one man business. Like I've said in one of my videos, like we really, the way we have like banks. That banks is like, if you are looking for IT people, then all this fintech in Nigeria. But here, because most of them are one man business, maybe for people like me, I'm into telecommunication engineering. You see, in Manitoba, what we do mostly is construction. Like, we like building house in Manitoba. So like she said, in Ontario, if you are like small IT, then you can look out for ITs in Ontario. Yeah, I know they do small IT there. I know the IT is not even, if you really want to go into IT, go into software developing. Yes, go and wash it up, sis. Go into software developing, nobody can say go back. So the costs are a lot. Then business analyst too, if you can look into that one too, it's not a bad course. But when you're now coming here, you're now choosing course that they did not even, they won't check your certificates if they want to hire you. All they check is just your skill. So if you want to study anything, please make sure that you know it very well. Let it be skillful, like very good at what you do. So not the certificate that gives people job.
Mhm.
It is the skill that you have here that gives people job. So thank you, Chika. Thank you for joining today's lives. Then what advice do you want to give to people again that looking out to come to study? Do you advise it from your experience? Do you think people should come in via study from everything that has happened to you, good, bad, all those? I know there are times that you like, oh, these assignments. I know you. There were days that you
Assignments are killing. Assignments are killing. Assignments is every day. When I was schooling, I had presentation every Tuesday. So imagine after a class, I had my class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I didn't have class on Thursday and Friday. So after a class on a Monday, you are that night you are not sleeping. You're already doing you are preparing your points, doing your PowerPoint, and your PowerPoints need to go into the portal before 9 o'clock in the morning. So you have to do it at night. So like I don't know how people that were working then, because I wasn't even working. I didn't work for like a year and a half before I started. A year I started working in May. So it wasn't really funny. You have to do presentation every day. The assignments are too much. The assignments comes every blessed day. There's a presentation, there's an assignment, they put you in groups, someone is frustrating your efforts and all that. So it's if you want to do school, just make sure you have the head for school. Just make sure you have the head for school and make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. It's not that, oh, because I want to relocate, kind of let me go and try school. You'll be frustrated if you have a study gap of like 7 to 10 years. Sorry, you'll definitely be frustrated. You have not studied before. Me, I had like I think 7 years gap, but it was a little bit of struggle. But when I got into my study mood, I got balanced again. Projects will stress you. Projects will be after your life. So you just have to. If you don't have the zeal, if you don't have the passion, if you don't have the tenacity to do school, don't try it. It will frustrate you. So if you are like spouses, like husband and wife, look at the person that likes a little bit of doing application here and there, doing small computer thing here and there. The person that has zeal to do something, not the one that is laid back. The person will complain, and when somebody is complaining about something, the person is not doing it from the person bottom, and the person will fail. You
Can
cannot.
can we drop? Can someone drop out?
If you drop out, you have to.
You have to leave Canada.
Yes, you can change schools. I know the to change from my school to some other school that was a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I saw. I met a lady last week. She came for undergraduate. Meanwhile, she already did undergraduate in Nigeria. She came undergraduate for University of Manitoba, and then because she just switched it to a 2 years diploma thing. So I know that one is possible too. You can switch school, you can change your course,
If you
but
drop
you
out,
have to start that with your first school. So it's not like you will come in and now change it
yeah,
immediately.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to enroll, like enroll. She enrolled in University of Manitoba. I think she did the first year or something.
Of course, you
But
have.
later she now move it, like changing points
Yeah,
to the
you have to transfer your credits from your old school.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Then you have to also write a letter to IRCC.
Yeah, she did all that too.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. You can't just come and drop. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. If you drop, that means you have to leave. Your mission or your aim of coming to Canada is study. So you're not studying. You have to leave. Your or your statement of your paper. So you definitely have to if you drop out.
Hmm. Okay, a lot of other questions, but we have to go now. Thank you, Chika.
All
Some
right.
some of the questions are like, what is the first process to begin with, and what must one have to do for PR? For you to enter the pool for PR, you need your West evaluation if you did not study in Canada, and you need IELTS general. It's only when you are going to school that you do academics. But if you are for PR, you have to do general.
I think they
And
do.
you must score six above in each of those parts: listening, um, writing, speaking, and the last one,
I think they sell people now in Lagos.
selfie. Oh,
Yes.
instead of writing IELTS.
Yeah. So you have an option.
But I think for selfie, you have to be seven and above, not six.
I'm sorry to say it's not so difficult.
It's
I've,
not so difficult, so people can explore it. I will research on it and come back to tell people about it. Then I have thought to drop the link for the just thought to drop the link for the info on government sites. Are they doing solar? Your question is not really clear. I can drop the link for you if you want us to drop a link for IRCC sites for you. Then did you have any information about Nova Scotia province. Oh, I've not seen Nova Scotia thing do nomination before, but if they do, I think I'll research on it. I don't have answer for it now. And thank you all. And just note that we are not immigration officers or licensed people. We just come out and tell people don't fall into the wrong hands. We just tell you we did it ourselves and it worked. She did her application herself and it worked. So we can even study. She did it herself and it worked. So there's nothing that you cannot do by yourself. You just need information here
Mm,
and there. And like I said, I did my recent help that I did recently for a baby girl, one fresh babe like that. And she got to Canada on Saturday already. She did it June and she's in Canada already. We started the whole process June and she's Canada already. So there's nothing that you cannot do by
mm-hmm.
yourself.
Just get
You
it.
you just need help here and there. All this information that we are telling you is all what you need here and there. So thank you all for joining. If you have any other question, I know we didn't answer a lot of questions on PR. We just came for study. Everything you need to know about study. So thank you, our guest Chika.
You're
We
welcome.
love you. Thank you for joining us. And
Mhm.
if you need she's also starting YouTube, but she
Yeah.
hasn't dropped anything. But you can follow her on at CHYCK_CA on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
a that's a
You
page.
please follow me. Thank you so much.
And don't forget to like and this video I'm going to save it for you to watch it all over again. And you can share it to people that needs all the information too. Thank you. Bye.
All
Have
right. Bye.
an happy Labour's Day.
It's over. It's almost over. All right. Bye, Kim.